Model Answers for Speaking Test 2. Cambridge English Ket-Collins. Part 1.
Good afternoon. Can I have your mark sheets, please? I'm Hannah Jones, and this is Keith Mantell. What's your name, Candidate A?
My name's Andreas Kitty.
And what's your name, Candidate B?
My name's Lucinda Fernandez.
Candidate B, do you work or are you a student?
I'm a student.
Where do you come from, Candidate B?
I'm from Barcelona in Spain.
Thank you. Candidate A, do you work or are you a student?
I'm a student too.
Where do you come from?
I come from Rome, in Italy.
Thank you. Now, let's talk about jobs. Candidate A, what job would you like to have?
I'm studying medicine at university, and one day I want to work as a doctor in a big hospital.
Why do you want to be a doctor?
Because I think medicine is the most interesting subject to study, and I also want to help people.
Candidate B, what kinds of jobs do you think young people want to do?
I think most young people want to do an interesting job. They would like to earn a good salary. I don't mean they want to become millionaires, but enough money to live well.
Would you like to work in an office, Candidate B?
I'm not sure. But if the job is interesting and if the people are nice, why not?
Now, Candidate A, please tell me something about a job that you wouldn't like to do.
I wouldn't like to have a job in an office or a factory. I think it would be very boring. And a job in a factory is also very hard.
Now, let's talk about friends. Candidate B, how often do you see your friends?
I see my friends every day during the break at college and usually every Saturday.
And Candidate B, what do you like doing with your friends?
We're really into photography, so we enjoy walking around the city taking photos of people and buildings.
Candidate A, where do your friends live?
Most of my friends live in the same part of Rome as me, and a few live in the countryside, outside the city.
When do you see your friends?
I usually don't get a chance to see my friends during the week, so I usually see them on Saturday or Sunday.
Now, Candidate B, please tell me something about one of your friends.
My best friend is Jordi. He's a student like me, and he enjoys making videos about his hobby, which is doing graffiti, and uploading them to his blog.
Part 2.
Now, in this part of the test, you are going to talk together. Here are some pictures that show different places to live. Do you like these different places to live? Say why or why not. I'll say that again. Do you like these different places to live? Say why or why not. All right? Now talk together.
I think it's nice to live in the apartment building and the house. How about you?
I like the apartment building too, but I also like the houseboat.
Why do you like houseboats?
I think it would be really fun to live in a boat rather than a house. I live in a house now, and it's not very exciting. If you live in a houseboat, you can travel to different places and still have all your own things with you. Why do you like the apartment building?
Well, I couldn't live on a farm or in a quiet village. In an apartment building, if you live at the top, you have great views.
Candidate A. Why do you think living in a house is nice?
Because houses usually have a garden, and it's nice to have some outside space where you live.
Candidate B. Do you think living on a farm is fun?
No, I don't. I think it's really hard work to look after the animals if you have them, and you have lots of things you need to take care of every day.
So, Candidate A, which of these places to live do you like best?
Well, if I have to choose between an apartment building and a house, I will choose the apartment building, because they are usually in the center of a town or city, so there are lots of shops, restaurants, and interesting places to visit nearby.
And you, Candidate B, which of these places to live do you like best?
I like houseboats the best. I think it would be fun in an apartment building in a city, but I think I would miss the open space outside. On a houseboat, you can enjoy being outdoors, and you can also live in a really interesting home.
Thank you. Now, do you prefer living in a big home or a small home, Candidate B?
I prefer living in a small home.
Why, Candidate B?
Because it's easier to look after a small home, and you don't have many rooms to clean. In a small home, you just have a few important pieces of furniture. I don't like places with a lot of things in them.
And what about you, Candidate A? Do you prefer living in a big or small home?
I prefer a big home.
Do you prefer living in cities or in the countryside, Candidate A?
I prefer living in cities because you have all the facilities you need, like shops, cafes, cinemas, and parks.
And you, Candidate B? Do you prefer living in cities or in the countryside?
I prefer living in the countryside.
Why is that, Candidate B?
I like to be active and do lots of sports and outdoor activities, like walking and cycling. I also prefer to live somewhere with fresh air and beautiful nature.
Thank you. That is the end of the test.